So I want to put, I want to get a little bit of a better head carriage on her. She had no head carriage at all, and I want to get one on her. So what I'll do is, I'm achieving it. I should have shown you before, really, but if you look at between her ears, on the top of her head, she's got a winker stay buckle, you know, to hold the winkers on, right? And it's disappearing. The shiny buckle is going. So before, she'd point her nose out like a camel. But now she's getting a little bit of head carriage on her. And I'm doing it with my hands. I'm not doing it with side reins. Pulling their bloody heads in with side reins. Not everybody does that. Some people are very good at using them, side reins. But loads of other people want to put loads of pressure to yank their head back. Well, that ain't the way you do it. What you've got to try and remember is up her neck's got a great big muscle going up her neck. Oh, you know, just to hold her head up. Her head weighs, you know, all horses weigh, I forget what the percentage is now. Their head weighs, I think, 10%. Yeah, 10, I think it's 10% of their body weight. 10%. And it's held up on a neck, long neck. You know, so obviously there's a big muscle in there. Now what you've got to do is flex that muscle, stretch that muscle, yeah? Make it pliable so the horse can hold its head. Now, if I said to you, you know, stand up, do what you like, sit down in the chair and put your chin on your chest and hold it there like that. And I'll tell you, in 2 or 3 minutes, your neck will ache like mad. Well, why wouldn't his, you know, her neck ache? Of course it would. Why wouldn't it? You know, so you've got to think of things like that. And that's what I mean by see the world through their eyes. Try and imagine what it's like to do what they're doing. And they don't understand. You know, and a lot of people say, oh, our intelligent horses. Well, I don't know about that. I'm sorry to say that. I'd like to think they was all intelligent. But, you know, there's an argument to say if they was that intelligent, they wouldn't let you get on board in the first place. Or put them on a cart, would they? So you've got to make it, to my way of thinking, real enjoyable. So they want to go out. So they watch it. And you know, do you always get it right? No. You do the best you can. And the first thing, you know, once I've been doing this a long while, you start realising, stop trying to categorise them. Stop expecting too much of these dear things. You know, like they know and understand exactly what you require. They don't. It takes time. And then you've got to look at the fact that it takes different horses a different length of time, you know, to do what they're asked to do. But if you start pushing them and bullying them and telling them, you know, and forcing them, it's no bloody good at all. They've got to do this because they're happy to do it. Simple as that. And she's happy to skip down this road. There's a crane working here, lifting up a load of stuff off the back of this truck here. Look, you can see him lifting it up now as we go by. Right. And there's she going on like that. No trouble at all. And I find with other road users, we should show them respect. We expect respect from them because you've got a horse, right? Well, horse is it's a mode of transport. So you've got to be able to work with the traffic that exists today. People say to me, oh yes, but the traffic today is, you know, terrible. It's so busy, wasn't it? That's a lot of bullshit, really, to be honest. You turn the clock back 1900, somewhere around there, right? Horses was working up the road next to trams, steam lorries that actually run on coal on the road, right? Loads of stuff like that, sort of that machinery. Well, when that was coming out, that was all brand new. Horse never seen it before, never seen a tractor, had it? Obviously it hadn't. You know, when the first ones of those come out, must have been terrifying. Come on. But they learned to cope with it. But then, if you look at it, there was horsemen that was looking after the horses, weren't they? That's how they made their living. So they got the horses and taught them to cope with it and accept it. And it's all right and it won't hurt you. Yeah, I'm here. You know. So that's what we do basically here. I know I get a bit passionate about that, but that's it. So here we got our 12-year-old mare. She's been with us, I'm not quite sure how long now, about a month, 5 weeks. Her mate's coming in the next couple of days to come out, you know, and be put in a pair. So they'll have 2 singles driving and a pair when they want to do it, you know. If we get time and the folk want it, we'll stick them in tandem, you know, and drive them out like that. But a lovely, lovely mare, lovely family mare this would be. You know, seriously. I don't buy and sell horses at all, or carts and harness, really. Sometimes you'll hear of a cart. You know, we broke horse for a while ago for a fellow, the 13-2, I think it was, whatever. Anyway, he had it like that and he went up to a pair. He bought a pair of 15 big horses, 15 Welsh cobs. I think there was 15 and something like that. I've been 15-1. And he wanted to drive a pair and he sold the carriage off. Well, the carriage, he'd really looked after it and it was cheap. So we was able to tell another client and sure enough they bought it for their pony, you know. So that's about as much as we get involved. But I just love how willing this girl is. Now this trip that we've done, we've stopped in the town. So we've been out to Stockbridge. It'll be a 12-mile trip. And she's on her way home now and see her skipping along, look. And she'll skip up there in a straight line with no reins, look. Right? You just go up there, no trouble at all. And if you ask me, would she go past? Yes, she would. Could I do that? Oh, yeah, I could definitely, without any question, do it. I mean, yes, my horses would do it once I've trained them. Where you'd stand on the insurance, should anything happen, I don't know. But I would trust her. There you are. One there coming, I've got no rein at all on. And she's holding the ground, keeping her line, as we call it, and going on. She's 12-year-old. A lot of people say, oh, she's too old to do that with. Well, where is she? There she is doing it. Other points, how do I know? In the time she's been out, she had her ears stuck back like glue to me. She had her tail tucked down tight between her, you know, tight to the cheeks of her bum then, let's say, right? So she weren't carrying her tail off. Now this horse here, his tail's quite low. Where it starts on a, you know, it's lower than some, put it that way. So you could tell by the ears she weren't really settled. Well, it's only in the last little while she started settling and moving her ears about and picking up information from all around. Why do I mention that? Because she relied on me to tell her exactly what was going on. When I said to you earlier, when I talked soft to her, come on, my baby girl, you can do it. Yes, you can. You young rascal, you. Come on then, my darling. Come on, my baby girl. Up you go, babe. Go on, up. Good girl. So lovely. But now, it's hard for me to talk. As soon as I talk, she wants to listen to me. But she's also realising when I'm talking to her, when I'm just having a conversation, yeah, with anyone on the carriage. Well, I hope it's like being on the carriage with me, and I hope you learn from what I say. Don't mean to say I'm right. I never broke all the horses. There's plenty of them out there doing well without my help. You know what I mean? But at the same time, people say to me, I don't really take a lot of notice of it because it's all I've done all my life. So I don't really. But they're amazed, you know, at what we do with horse or what we can get horse to do. But you see, his ears now is picking up information. Try and explain that. So his ears is travelling forward out to the side, yeah, and they're not back on me constantly all the time. You see there, they're moving out. Also, the ears are not very stiff. They're a little bit more pliable. So let's say the socket that they sit in, yeah, is a bit more reliable. Their ears will go rubbery. This mare's ears in another week will lay out a bit more, be a bit floppy, almost floppy. You see there, right? It's not listening to me at all. She's looked at this coming up here, what's going on here, and I'm letting her sort it out herself, yeah? So there's a bit of plastic over there in that lay, boy. There's a yellow sign straight up the front, right? So I'm letting her go now and sort it out herself. Trot! I'm just asking her to keep the pace up, yeah? But that's it. So she's picking up information for herself. She's analysing what she sees and she's acting upon that, yeah? Which is building her confidence. Slack rain going past this traffic here, look. No trouble at all. Come on. Anybody can do what I'm doing, you know, I'm not anything like wonderful. Go on, babe, come up, Laura, come over a little bit, that's it. Good, baby. Just walk now, just walk. Where's the good girl? Just walk, come on, walk up. Walk up. Right, Trot. Trot. Good girl. So by the time we're finished and she's ready to go home, we should be able to say walk, trot, trot on, steady, walk, stand, back, come back, stand still. Yeah? And she'll understand all them words, but that's all we say to her. You know, won't talk to her in any other way. You know, won't have to kid or cajole her. So that's as much as I can tell you about this dear little girl. You'll see her alongside her mate soon. See what sort of pair they make. That'll be another experience. Getting them to work together, you know. A pair is, you know, a matched pair. Often people think the main meaning with old horsemen were that the main meaning when old horsemen were talking was that they matched in stride, worked together, worked towards one horse. You know, that was a good match pair. Now, you know, now they talk about a good match pair being the colour and pattern of horse. 4 white legs each, you know, flaxen mane and tail, all black, whatever it might be. But there's nothing nicer than sitting behind, well, 4 in hands, you know, obviously my favourite. I like doing that, but, you know, sitting behind a nice pair that can step and go and look the part, you know. Like we've done a couple of these cobs like this some time ago, and I think they're in America now. Well, I'm pretty sure it's either America or Canada. They was just clipped right out, had 4 inches of mane and clipped right out, and their tails pulled at the top a bit shaped at the top. And I have to say they look well, you know, considering what they were as hairy leg cobs. But they certainly look smart, you know. So that's as much as I can tell you about our little darling here in front. Come on, my baby girl.